Hi Masterclass team, and hello Chef Ramsay. My name is Ronnie, and today I'm showing you a dish that represents where I came from and where I'm at now. My dish is a sous vide lamb tenderloin finished with a bright green pea puree with cold smoked chanterelles, fresh peas, and a toasted hay porcini foam. To start off, I rinse the hay and then I put it in the oven to bake at 325 for 15 minutes, checking it every couple minutes. You might be curious why I chose hay. When I was adopted, my adoptive dad was a farmer and I grew up on a farm. And I remember playing on the hay bales and I would be covered in that sweet, kind of dry meadow scent, and I wanted to carry that memory into a dish. This dish has a lot of components to it. When I got adopted, the first thing I ate was lamb. It wasn't lamb tenderloin, it was a different cut of lamb, but this is an elevated version of that, right? So going from a starving home where they could count my vertebrae and count, my ribs and everything, to now having a fresh plate of juicy lamb in front of me, it was like my world went from grayscale to Technicolor pretty much. So now that we have our hay that's nicely toasted, we're gonna place it into our pot. I found my home on the farm. I have happy memories of playing in the hay with my sisters and having that sweet smell of hay all over me. Here I have some chanterelle mushrooms. I cleaned these and I cut off the ends of them and I cold smoked them and I set them aside for about 15 to 30 minutes. The reason why I cold smoke the chanterelles is so that the aroma hits first and it doesn't really take away from the natural flavor of the chanterelle. I was raised on a farm by a farmer, so I would see my dad come in covered in dirt and everything. So I was able to see firsthand what goes into getting an ingredient from the farm to the table and all the effort that puts into it. So I always like to buy fresh ingredients from farmers to kind of support them. We're starting off on our pea puree. Here we have the water boiling. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in a pinch of baking soda. Now you might be asking why I'm doing that. Baking soda raises the alkalinity in the water so the peas keep their chlorophyll and keep that green color, which looks really good on a plate. All right, so we blended our pea puree a bit. It's not completely done. Gotta add a little bit of salt. That's very important. You gotta always taste whenever you're making something. So now what we need is the texture. So I'm gonna pass this through a sieve to get it more creamy and more silky. Okay, so you can see after just that one pass through the sieve, it makes everything just a little bit more refined. Here we are. Hour and 15 minutes later, this is our lamb tenderloin. It doesn't have much color on it now, but we're gonna finish it with a pan sear. There's all that thyme flavor and it's been cooking in its own juices. It hasn't lost any seasoning or any flavor, right? We have a lot of simple ingredients, but what does it take to make an ingredient three-dimensional? The answer to that really is technique. Now that we blitzed it, we're gonna pass it through a little sieve. It's just one of those tools of refinement that we can use to elevate the dish even further. So that's my dish. It shows both where I came from and where I am now. Going from there, you asked me what I wish to gain from a mentorship with Chef Ramsay. Well, Chef Ramsay, I want to gain skills to be more precise. I want to be surgical in the kitchen. I want to be able to build flavors with precision. I want to be able to put anything I dream of in my heart and in my brain on a plate. I want to be able to give some kid that same joy I felt and maybe push him to become a chef one day and make him realize food matters to people.